Well, I'm taking a break from the Lego thing, and I'm putting this on my laptop here so I can get a good, better angle here. Okay, Diary of the Agreement, named John Weaver, that'd be me. It is 6:45 at night. It's January 10th, 2023. While I'm still trying to build the Lego ships, just for the fun of it, just to spend time at this point, I came across a news article on CBS Evening News. Apparently, there's a program out there, an AI program that can write you up an essay. You heard me right. High school students and college students doing essays by artificial intelligence. Can I show you what I'm trying to do for my regular intelligence? I mean, if you've already been seeing some of the other stuff I've been posting. But this pisses me off. This could be used for STEM. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Long time ago as a kid. I was into Lego. I was building it. Of course, I had instructions like these, but sometimes I build different things. One of these here days, I'm going to be showing those pictures online of what I did. And I didn't need a chatbot for that one. I didn't need engineering skills. I needed this. What I also needed down the road was a way to communicate with people. And in order to do that, you need a pen and paper. I present the pen. A writing stylus used for many years, in many forms. I'm just scribbling on it. What? My handwriting sucks. I haven't been writing anything in cursive, just printing it out. But can you read that? Just say. Write something. Exactly. Write something. So I wrote something. But that takes thought. That takes energy. That takes your brain working. That takes the neurons firing. And somewhere in there, maybe there's going to be something kicking and screaming to say, yes, I need to write something. I need to write a great American novel. A great American novel. The Great American something, novel, or whatever the frack it is. I got kids, teenagers, going to be turning to technology to cheat on themselves. They're cheating. They're using artificial intelligence that somebody actually created a program for to make them not think. I want a parameter here concerning about an essay on the existentialism of existentialism. The evolution versus creation theory. We want to write an in-depth analysis of why the founding fathers had created the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. And we need a 1,000-word essay on it. Of course, we're going to be asking for something easier than that. How about 30 words? Or 300 words? And the computer will do that. The program will gather whatever information it can off the internet and then create the damn thing in front of you. You don't do the paperwork. You don't do the research. You don't do anything. You just let the computer do it. That's scary. Because now what this means is we don't have the capacity to think. There's a 20-year-old out there trying to write another program to outsmart this damn thing. This artificial intelligence. Because he wants intelligence back in. I'm going to be turning 57, all right? I had to go to libraries and go through index cards, go through books, magazines, newspaper articles, to write journals or to write essays concerning about things I was researching, both in K through 12, mostly for the latter half of it, and in college. Because we didn't have the internet up and running during those days. We had books, we had hardcover, we had index cards, we had newspaper articles, we had print. These days, we have electronics. We have digital. We have zeros and ones. And then hidden in those combinations of zeros and ones is information that we store. Magnetically, electronically, stored in a flux. Get a magnet right next to it and all hell breaks loose with it. The magnetic energy will disturb the flux and take it away, destroy it. No more data. Our brains are neurochemical. In the chemistry we have, somewhere stored in those chemicals that we have, is the binary language of our own species. Zeros and ones to help us remember what we're seeing, what we're saying, what we're doing, what we're learning, what we're experiencing, what we're dreaming. But we are also encouraged to build things. We are also encouraged to dream about building things. We are encouraged to do things that'll drive people crazy, including us. Me building upon Lego right now is the most craziest thing I've ever done in my life. No, I'll take that back. Scratch that. I haven't done this in a hell of a long while. I have yet to do this in a hell of a long while because I gave it away. Things happen and you have to do things you're not happy with. And I did. I wasn't happy with it. But I did. And right now, I'm trying to put things together because these things are little tiny pieces. This is physical creativity. But we're talking about creating an essay, a 300-page essay, or a 500-page, a 500-word essay, 300-word to 500-word to 1,500 to 2,000. Takes some people some time. Yeah, it does. Because you have to pour out the energy, you have to pour out the creativity, you have to pour out the research that you have. You have to combine the words in a way to communicate the information effectively to people. You have to communicate it in a way that they can understand. And if they don't understand, yeah, they don't understand. You're trying to make an effective essay. And the students want to do that. They want to take the easy way on it. They don't want to study. They don't want to take the time necessary to get the information correct and then decide whether or not they actually want to write the essay. My God, mechanics! I have to punch fingers into a keyboard. Well, I'm doing that all day with a damn phone. What else is new? A cell phone that I'm recording this on. You know, we punch text and data on there like crazy. We do the social media. I have this resting on a laptop with a keyboard on it. I've got another laptop over here with a full-size keyboard. I can do my typing on there. I'm not as fast as nimble as I used to be a long time ago, but I can still try to communicate effectively on it. And I don't have to cheat. I can make this go. We also have on our phones ways to write effectively. But we must find the words. We must learn the language. We must understand what we are communicating to people. Otherwise, they won't understand what the hell's going on. For the things I'm talking about right now, if I could put this under a text, voice to text, these programs are wonderful. But I personally have to formulate it in my head. Before it can come out of my mouth, I have to know instinctively what to say. I have to effectively find the words and the motivation to communicate this effectively. I have to tell people what's going on. That I am talking to you this way. I do that constantly when it comes down for using chat areas. Because it's kind of hard for me to write it out like crazy, like I used to. In my youth, I could be clocked about 120 to 150, depending if I'm really fast or just doing two fingers really fast. I was taught in school to memorize the damn keyboard. They used old-fashioned typewriters. Plinking, mechanics hurt the fingers. They say, lightly tap them, but these damn things are heavy, so you have to pound like crazy. And then you come to the keyboards and wondering how come you're breaking the buttons too many times. Well, because we're taught how to pound on them. Not lightly tap. Not lightly tap. I used to be a lot faster. I used to do a lot of data entry too. I got older, I got slower. I got tendonitis in here. Kind of affected my fingers as well. So I'm not as fast as I used to be. I used to be dexterous. Used to be having dexterity. I ain't got that anymore. At least not that much. But when it came down for using my brain, that is the most important thing right there, is to use the brain. Because you use the brain and you're able to do anything. But now we got a chatbot over here that someone's picked up for a cheat. And they're saying, use this. Use this item here. This is a wonderful tool. It'll help you get by school faster. It'll help you graduate. There's a lot of people in the past, up to the present right now, screaming their heads off. And not to mention the younger kids. 20-year-olds who are struggling with the languages that they have to do. And they have to write essays in that strange language. In an adopted country. Or even the ones that were born in the country that they're living in right now. Still struggling with the human language. Still struggling with the language that their parents are using. Well, it's the only language they've got around. Still trying to find the nuances. How to use the alphabet. How to combine the alphabet into structures, into sentences, into essays, into novels, into books. Infinitum. Communication. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm wondering, am I doing this right? Am I effectively communicating what I'm trying to communicate with people? Otherwise, I'm screwing things up left and right, and I don't know how to do this. But I have to make this point clear to people. Using chatbots to cheat. Cheats yourself. In the present and in the future. You want quick and easy? Throw something in a microwave and microwave the hell out of it and just watch the damn thing explode without paying attention to what the hell you're doing. How many times have we burned popcorn in there? It's only so many times you can get it right before the damn thing blows up on you. Can you actually tell me that you can actually cook on a stovetop and survive? Can you write me an essay on that one? I'm not just talking about taking a can of soup and just heating it on the stove. That could be easy enough. How about making food on the stove? Without an oven. Without a microwave. Can you make a story about it? Can you write a story about it? Do you think it's easy? Have you got the experience? Okay, how about this? Educators out there, professors, teachers, scholars, we all want to pass on our information to the youth. We had published, I hadn't personally, but there has been published books out there called Cliff Notes. Before we had the internet, we had these books. Somebody else would write Cliff Notes about a certain topic or a certain subject matter, a certain story, to get people interested in it. It helped out with a lot of writing, but you still had to do the research on it. But the Cliff Notes gave you indications of where to look, what you're looking at. Consider cheat sheets. What they're doing with the chat bots right now, with these artificial intelligence bots, they're robbing you of it. They're robbing you of what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you're living with. What your creativity is. They're robbing you of it. I love a good challenging essay to write. I love a good challenging essay to write. I have to get as much information as I possibly can, find context, and find perspective on it, and then communicate that effectively to people and tell them, this is how I think, this is what I know. What do you think about it? And then come up with the answers. And then feel like I have done something. I have accomplished something. And I'm amazed at myself. Eventually, I may come to a point where I'm not able to communicate effectively. But until that happens, and until I'm running out of good ideas or anything else, this is what I do. I miss going back to college. This semester I had to take it off again. Choices made, and it pisses me off. Now I got to take another semester off and come back again. Life happens. You got to deal with things. And I was looking forward to dealing with critical thinking in literature. Tearing apart a piece of literature, finding out what it meant. Writing an essay, 300 to 500 pages, or more than that I've had to do. It's a challenge I like. Building with Lego, I'm trying to get back into it. More on that later.